I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
This isn't just another sports story. This is a warning shot about how arrogance, short-sighted leadership, and one unforgivable mistake can tank an entire empire before it even had the chance to truly rise.
Never seen a company fumble the bag so hard like the WNBA fumbled Caitlin Clark. It sucks that so much of it was riddled with so much drama and so much negativity.
The WNBA held something priceless in its hands. For nearly 30 years, the league had been clawing for recognition, chasing mainstream relevance, and trying to prove it could stand alongside the giants of professional sports. And then, as if delivered by fate itself, Caitlin Clark arrived. Clark was not just a star athlete. She was a generational phenomenon, the kind of transcendent figure that appears once in a lifetime. Her brilliance on the court was obvious, scoring at will, stretching defenses with her limitless range, and rewriting record books before she even graduated college. But what made Clark different was that she became more than a player. She was a cultural icon, a living movement, a brand unto herself. She had the rare power to change not only a team's fortunes, but the trajectory of an entire sport. Almost overnight, Clark attracted millions of new fans to women's basketball. She did what decades of slogans, rebrands, and marketing strategies had failed to accomplish. She made people care. Children copied her shot on playgrounds. Social media buzzed with her highlights. Ratings soared whenever she stepped on the court. Her games became events. By the time draft night arrived, the WNBA wasn't simply drafting a talented guard, they were inheriting the future of their league. It should have been a coronation. The long-awaited breakthrough moment. Proof that, after years of being overlooked, women's basketball had finally arrived on the main stage. Caitlin Clark was the golden ticket, the lightning in a bottle that every league dreams of. And at first, the impact was everything they could have imagined. Within hours of her arrival, Indiana Fever games sold out. Resale prices for tickets spiked to levels the league had never seen. Entire arenas filled with fans who had never attended a WNBA game before, showing up for one reason: to witness Caitlin Clark. Television ratings shattered records as broadcasts featuring her drew audiences that dwarfed anything the league had produced in its history. Merchandise sales skyrocketed. Even casual sports fans, long indifferent to the WNBA, were suddenly invested in every step of her journey. Clark accomplished in months what the league's leadership had been chasing for nearly 30 years. She brought relevance, credibility, and excitement. She made the WNBA matter. And yet, from within, what should have been a golden era began to unravel. Instead of embracing Clark as the transformative figure she was, the league treated her like she was disposable. Instead of seeing her as the savior who could rewrite their destiny, they dismissed her, disrespected her, and in doing so, committed an unforgivable mistake. What should have been the dawn of a dynasty became the beginning of a conflict. And Caitlin Clark is not responding with outbursts or social media rants. Her revenge is far more calculated. She has discovered the most powerful weapon in professional sports: leverage. She is exposing the WNBA's incompetence where it matters most, not on the hardwood, but in the boardroom. The Sharks have already begun to circle. Competing leagues, billionaire investors, and even celebrities outside of sports understand what the WNBA refuses to admit. Caitlin Clark is bigger than the league itself. She is the attraction, the brand, the movement, and her value transcends the borders of the WNBA. So how did it come to this? How did the league squander the most important gift it had ever been given? How did they mistreat the most electrifying athlete in modern memory to the point where her rookie and sophomore years were overshadowed not by victory, but by betrayal? The answer lies in the cold numbers, the blatant disrespect, and the mounting offers already sliding across Clark's desk from outside the league. What happened here wasn't simply poor management. It was negligence. It was arrogance. And at its core, it was unethical. Because Caitlin Clark was never just a draft pick. She was a cultural shift. Her college career had already proven it. Each game was more than competition. It was an occasion. Her highlights went viral before she even stepped into the pros. Her influence stretched far beyond basketball, redefining the way America thought about women's sports. Draft night wasn't just a league event, it was a cultural milestone. And the effect was immediate. Clark sold out arenas. She drove ratings to historic highs. She filled merchandise stores and ticket exchanges. She put the WNBA on the front page of sports coverage, on talk shows, and in conversations that the league had never been part of before. It should have been the league's golden age. Instead, what emerged was a power struggle fueled by disrespect. The WNBA, blinded by ego and short-sighted leadership, treated Clark with the kind of disdain that will haunt them for years. And now, as the outside world lines up to court her, the league is being forced to confront the devastating truth. They mishandled the one player who could have changed everything. This wasn't just a mistake. This was a historic failure. A blunder so monumental it may alter the course of the league forever.
Here in the W, we pride ourselves on having a super welcoming,
don't get stoned,
calm, low-stakes environment.
Boston will hoist.
She hit it!
Where communication is highly valued.
Oh, it's getting chippy.
Collaboration is always encouraged.
Oh, what a pick!
We are devoted to working extra hard. We've been delivering astounding results since 1997.
Back to back.
Because this is a place where basketball matters.
Beautiful pass and a good catch and finish. Big time!
And if you love
Oh, Enrique!
real
Thomas with the spin.
basketball,
Unforgettable finish!
welcome to the W.
Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. Numbers strip away the excuses, the spin, and the hollow statements. They tell the truth, and in this case, the truth is damning. Caitlin Clark didn't just help the Indiana Fever. She rewrote history. By the end of her rookie season, the Fever had drawn more than 200,000 fans through the turnstiles. That number isn't just impressive, it's unprecedented. No WNBA team had ever come close. 200,000 seats filled. That isn't growth. That isn't progress. That is a revolution. And it wasn't confined to ticket sales. National broadcast viewership surged by 21% in a single year. Let that sink in. For nearly 3 decades, the WNBA had been begging for attention, trying every rebrand, every marketing campaign, every partnership imaginable, just to nudge the needle. Clark didn't nudge it, she smashed through it. This wasn't a step forward. It was survival. Clark was an economic engine unto herself. Every time she laced up her sneakers, the numbers exploded. Arenas swelled with fans. Ratings spiked to record highs. Merchandise flew off the shelves. She wasn't just an athlete anymore, she was the league's heartbeat, the lifeblood keeping the entire system alive. And all of this came from a rookie who hadn't even scratched the surface of her full potential. Now stop and consider how long the WNBA had waited for this. 3 decades of searching. 3 decades of trial and error. They tried slogans, hashtags, corporate tie-ins, and glossy rebrands. None of it worked. And then Caitlin Clark appeared, and overnight, the impossible became reality. For the first time, the WNBA had its goose that laid golden eggs. Every night she stepped onto the court, she minted money, headlines, and relevance. She gave them everything. So how did the league respond? By delivering the harshest insult possible, her paycheck. Clark's rookie contract? 4 years, $338,000 total. That breaks down to roughly $85,000 a year. $85,000. Less than the salary of a mid-level tech manager. Less than the paycheck of many men's college basketball assistant coaches. And this was supposed to be the salary for the one woman who had single-handedly revitalized the league. On paper, it wasn't just unfair, it was humiliating. Now compare that to the NBA. Across the hall, the number 1 draft pick signs a rookie deal worth about $55 million over 4 years. Read that again. $55 million versus $338,000. That's not a pay gap, it's a canyon. A chasm. A statement. Do the math. Caitlin Clark's salary was 162 times lower than her male counterpart. Not 10% less. Not half. 162 times less. That's not economics. It's an insult carved into the ledger. It was the league shouting to the world, "We don't value her." And that insult didn't just stay on the balance sheet. It spread. It signaled to everyone watching, from rival leagues to billionaire investors, that Clark wasn't being protected. That the WNBA didn't see her as untouchable, didn't treat her as special, didn't lock her down the way you'd expect for a generational star. It said she was just another rookie, just another face, easily replaceable. That's when the disrespect leapt off the contract page and into the real world. It wasn't just about pay anymore. It was about power, about status, about leverage. And the league had handed Caitlin Clark's enemies, competitors, and suitors the clearest signal imaginable. She's available. She's vulnerable. She's undervalued. And that one act of arrogance may prove to be the WNBA's gravest mistake.
They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they got to be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they got to be drama because they're jealous.